Hi Bestie. Today's going to be a bit of an interesting one. Today, the day that this video has launched, is the 25th of February. And what that means is now my 3-year anniversary on YouTube. So much has happened since I joined YouTube. My life has fundamentally and drastically changed. Last year on my channel, I did celebrate 2 years. And what I did on that day is I sent myself a message to watch live with you guys, gals and non-binary pals about what my sort of projections were, what I hoped for the channel and things like that. Now I have no idea what I could have possibly said. And I feel nervous because I feel like I'm going to be saying something like, I wish I had a website. I've got thoughts on that. So if we do touch on the website situation, we will talk about it. But I've got this in front of me and let's go ahead and watch this video and see what Budget with Ira said a year ago. Okay, here we are. Let's go. Good start.
Today is February the 25th, and today I noticed that...
How bad is the sound? And I know the sound isn't very good today because I'm not using my microphone, just because I'm doing a lot of screen recordy sorts of stuff, but you guys put up with a lot.
YouTube told me that it is my 2nd year anniversary. I thought that what I might do is film myself a video with my predictions about what I think will happen to me if I carry on the way I'm going. Thinking about my future self and who I'm going to be and what I'm going to do is quite a...
Oh, I talk around the houses, don't I? Jeez, oh, good screenshot.
So, today I'm going to talk to you about where I want to be on the 25th of February 2024.
That's today, Bestie.
Now, I feel like YouTube will be probably the thing that I focus on the most. I feel like I would like to be at 10k. Like
10,000 subscribers. Okay, we're not there. So what are we at the moment? So as I film this, we are at 8.5k. Just over 8.5k. So not quite there. Bit ambitious, Bestie, bit ambitious.
K subscribers. Like today, as we're talking today, let me just look, Bestie. Let me just look. We are 5263. So
5263 and then 8.5. So 3,200 in a year. That's quite something, isn't it? That's quite something special. Thank you, Bestie.
10k seems really ambitious at the moment.
Yeah, it is.
Apparently it gets easier the bigger you get. So I'd like to be at 10k this time next year. In terms of Budget with Ira as a business, I would like to be functioning mainly off of my own website at this point.
Right, I knew she was going to say that. I knew she was going to say that. Let's talk about the website. About a year ago, I took ownership of the website, budgetwithiro.co.uk. It's a Shopify site. It was something that I was working on for a while, but it was taking my attention away from the Etsy store so much, and I was getting slow with orders and stuff like that. So I do need to be in a place where I have enough money to afford proper web designers to do it. So that's the first thing. Second thing is that you need so many licenses and so many different insurances to sell abroad. At least at first it'll be UK only, and when I look at my analytics on Etsy, it's almost 50% UK, 50% rest of the world. So cutting off half of my sales just seems like a ridiculous thing to do. So I think a website will happen. It's just I need to be a lot more fluid with cash to be able to afford like proper teams to be able to do it in the way that I want it to be done, and then secondarily be able to afford these insurances and things like that so that I can ship overseas in a safe and comfortable way. It's not something that is on the horizon. However, I do hope that I'll have something in a year's time, but it is certainly not on my priority list. Let's see what else he's got to say. Bloody hell.
But I think that I will be in a point, hopefully, where I'm gradually only putting newer stuff onto the website and hopefully getting a lot more traffic through there, and hopefully at least 50% maybe of my sales are going through my website.
And do you know what? That is realistic, because if everybody who lives in the UK only shopped on the website, that could happen. However, for the amount of money it would take to make that happen, it's much more financially sound for me to stay on Etsy purely at the moment, I think anyway.
In terms of my savings, I don't really want to define a number for that. I want to be almost ready to buy my home. Obviously, I'm setting myself a goal of saving up 20k this year, so hopefully I will have that 20k and I'll be really close to ready to get my own home.
So I did save up 20k last year, but I think what we're looking at is someone that's quite naive. I know it's me a year ago, right? But it feels like that's quite a naive thought to think that £20,000 would be enough to get a house by yourself. It's just not. So the scenario that I have at the moment, where I'm going to be living with my brother, I'm going to be able to save up significant money, and I could probably do something in a year. So I don't feel like I'm ready to buy a house right now, and I think it was quite naive of me to think that by just saving up 20k I'd be ready to do it all alone, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think it was ambitious, and I think it was reasonable by what I understood and what I knew then, but yeah, it's certainly not achievable in this current climate.
I want to be thinking about getting a studio, but I don't believe I'll be in a place where I need to get somewhere that's separate. I feel like within a year's time, the novelty of working from home will probably have worn off at this point. So I'll be thinking about getting a studio as my business grows, so that I don't have to take it to my new home when I'm ready to buy it.
And look at everything around me, bestie. I've got a studio. And do you know what? I was starting to feel a bit deflated, because I was like, I want to be ready to buy a house. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to have 10k subscribers. I'm like, oh, maybe I, have kind of flopped in the past year. But honestly, this is one of the biggest things that has ever happened to me. And this is like 10 times bigger than what I had, and already it's starting to feel small. This place is so special to me and so important to me, and I love being here. Like, it's, as I'm filming this, it's 8:30 at night, and I'm really happy to be here. So the fact that I recognized then that working from home was going to become a novelty that wore off, that absolutely happened, like 100%. And being able to drive to a space to do work and then leave it there and come home and just enjoy myself, that's a wonderful thing. So I'm really glad that not only did I get a studio, that I kind of surpassed how I feel about it. And like, even then I can tell that person, I know it's me a year ago, that person didn't think that I'd be able to do that. However, they thought I could get 10k subscribers, so I mean...
And in terms of the business as well, I'm hoping that within a year's time, I'm starting to spend a lot more of my time designing ready-made stuff. So things that I can just pick off a shelf, rather than things that I have to make all the time. And that's what I'm sort of hoping.
Exactly what I said has happened. Like, right now, I am making the next collection's cash envelopes, like, ready-made. Like, so little of what I do is now like made to order in like a really good way. So I can still do custom orders when I have the capacity to do them, but just by the stuff that I just put on the shelves, like the binders, the savings challenges, thank you for the order, but all the stuff that I have on the shelves, it's keeping me so busy that I don't have capacity sometimes to make custom orders. So it's wonderful, and it feels so freeing. Even though I do love making things bespoke and things from scratch, it brings me like such immense joy to be able to do that. The fact that you're also responsive to the things that I bring out anyway, that you're happy to buy those like as they are, and we just chuck a bit of vinyl on them and then they feel personal to you. Like, it's just wonderful. But yeah, so much of what we do here is ready made. I used to spend hours making cash envelopes, and now I spend hours packing, and I think that's the right thing. We've got the right balance, and as the business has got bigger and as it's got more labor intensive, I'm spending time on doing things things right. So I'm spending my time on packing, I'm spending time on designing new stuff, and I'm having a lot more fun with what I do. So, you know, I'm not coming in and starting to make hundreds of cash envelopes from scratch every single morning and getting out at 8 o'clock at night. And things will inevitably change even further, but right now we are exactly where we need to be, and I'm really, really pleased that the sorts of hard work and the fruits of my labour are showing through now.
That is where I'd like to be within 3 years. So I will see you again on the 25th of February 2024, and let's see how I did with that.
Okay, so, wow. I think I learn a lot. I think, you know, me as a person, I am quite an ambitious person, and I like to try and do bigger and better things. But, you know, the things that I've sort of learned over this last year is maybe being as big as I possibly can, maybe being as successful as I possibly can, isn't necessarily what is best for me. Sometimes I want to get after stuff and I want to be the biggest, best version of myself. But what I've come to realize is that who I am right now is more than who I was hoping to be like a year ago. So a year ago, Ira was, oh, maybe I will get a studio, maybe I won't. And look at me now, flourishing. Like, so many aspects of my life are so much better now than they ever have been. I need to stop thinking about what will be, do you know what I mean? And really try to enjoy who I am right now. So who I am right now is someone with a family of besties who I greatly appreciate. I love spending time with you every Thursday and every Tuesday, and you are my tribe, and it brings me such great joy that I'm able to bring content to you 4 times a week at this point, plus all the additional shorts and everything like that, plus the other channel. Like, it just brings me so much joy that I'm able to hang out with you and just have like a cackle and a giggle. Like, I love that, and that's the most important part of all of this, the fact that I'm able to spend time with you, but also in some way, if I can help anybody not feel those levels of desperation that I felt when I was hugely in debt, if I can make budgeting fun for one person, I feel like everything's accomplished. So this message that I sent myself was nice to see, nice to hear, and nice to react to, because, you know, a ridiculous claim that I was going to have 10k subscribers, but also the fact that I've achieved a lot of what I wanted to, and it's not felt difficult, it's felt fun. So yeah, I feel really, really positive about that. I know that I've sent myself like 2 others of these, so I think we've got one at 5 years and maybe one at 10. We might have done one at 4 as well. I can't remember, but if you see me here this time next year, I would have done one. I hope you liked today's video. It was a bit of a different one, and it was a bit of a strange one, but I do hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed filming it, and it's going to be an interesting one to edit, that's for sure. Thank you so much for getting through to the end of the video. You know I love it when you get through to the end of the video. Please give this video some love. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and if you are going to comment, please use this emoji. Have you considered becoming a channel member or a Patreon? Patrons get exclusive content, sneak peeks, and significant discounts off my Etsy store. Channel members get early access to every single video. In fact, they've seen this video long before you have, bestie, and trust me on that. If you like the sound of those perks and you like me, have a look at the links in the description. You will not regret it, bestie. That's all we have for today, but until the next video, I would like you to have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week, and have a wonderful budget. Always remember, don't trust Ira. And bestie, I'm going to leave you with this playlist. This is my milestones playlist. It's got all of my, we've hit 1k, we've hit 2k. It's really, really nice to watch through in chronological order. So check it out, starting with, wow, I can't believe I hit 1k, or whatever I called it, bestie.